Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Mage,
And this is Ugri.
and today we are bringing you a match from the Free-for-All Farm League, which has immediately gotten off to a pause start. But that's okay, since probably most of you have heard of Ugri or at least read about him somewhere, but might not have listened to him before. Why don't you go ahead and give us a little background information about yourself?
Where to start? Well, I'm Ugri. I'm the guy managing the Play FFA Hotspot, and I'm French with a big French accent. And I'm trying to shoutcast games for like 2 or 3 days, and I had a lot of success with like 5 to 10 guys. So I'm very excited.
Hey, everybody's got to get started somewhere. So for those of us that may not be following you on Twitch, what is your Twitch stream?
It's a Ugri FFA.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
on
that's
Twitch.
UGRIFFA, so twitch.tv/Ugri Free For All. And everybody should make sure to go ahead and follow him on Twitch because he has the advantage of he actually knows who's playing in the bot game. So it's much more
Yeah.
interesting to listen to him
Uh,
shoutcast than it would be for
well,
Mog and I.
Actually, yesterday I had a game with Great Wall, and I was confused between the number, and so because I know only before the game start who is he, but who is who, but I don't see the names in game. So yesterday I thought Great Wall was completely crushed by a guy, and in fact he was winning. So it was confusing in the end when I saw the results.
Yeah, I can imagine that since you still don't get to see what their actual names are in the game.
No, no,
Let's go
I have
ahead
to see the list on. Yeah,
and talk about who's in this game, though. We'll start at the bottom here.
yeah.
We have the Pink Orc, who is Rippin' Kitten. His better known name is SteppinRazor. Throughout the game, we'll refer to him as Steppin, most likely. He is playing Orc, which is not his main race, actually. Undead is, but he may be better at Orc than he is at Undead. Somewhat tough to tell. He's a very solid overall player, although his performance in both FML and FFL don't really back up how good he is. He's one of those players that gets very close second a lot of the time and just catches a bunch of bad breaks. Above him in the left corner we have Scrapper. He is playing human. He's somebody that's relatively new to me at least and has shown very good results so far in the Farm League. Definitely a promising talent to look out for. Up top we have Dovekie. He is also known as Shadow Twist on WC replays, and I believe he has another alias on the free-for-all bot. Do you know what it is?
Dovekie is only playing under Dovekie as far as I know.
Okay, maybe it was some other account that he had
Mm.
earlier on, and he's not using it anymore this season. But he's playing Night Elf, and he has a lot of very unconventional strategies, but a very solid player overall. Something that he really loves to do is go for mass Hippo Riders, which is certainly underutilized, possibly for good reason within Free For All, but he does it extremely well. And he is certainly a talented player. He's not actually in the league. He is subbing for Flavis in this match, but excited to see how he does, and I think he'll have very promising results. Our last player over on the right is zTsoso. Probably refer to him as Soso throughout the match. He's opening up with a pretty standard Archmage, and he's actually very active on the bot, if I can remember correctly. I believe he's in 10th spot now.
Yeah, in the top 10. I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how far. Usually I see him playing Night Elf, so that plays both.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's played human in most of his FFL matches so far. He is very
Okay.
solid, although he probably is a little bit of a lesser known talent compared to most of our other players. However, he's certainly been dedicating a lot more time than the other players have, and we could see that pay off because this is a relatively new map for most of our players, and I think they probably don't have good creeping patterns down yet. Sosa may have played it more and may be able to take advantage of that. And actually, Ugri is the one who introduced this map in his last Play Free For All tournament. So, do you want to give us a few words about the map? Maybe tell us some of the strategical stuff we should know?
Um, well, this map was not played so much on the bot because it had a 8-player version, which was not very playable for competitive game because some people in the corner they have a very easy defense at choke point. So the 4-way version was played only 1 week before the cup and 1 week after. Didn't see much games on it except for the cup, and I'm
Okay.
not sure that Ztsoso has any advantage on that because maybe he was not even playing at that time, I think so, or not much. I didn't know him since before the end of last season or something. Maybe he came in February or he's pretty new.
Okay, fair enough. Well, it looks like Scrapper actually getting off to a pretty good start here. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I saw he made a very nice move as Water Elemental that a lot of people don't realize you can do, which is when you have a unit being attacked, if you use your unit to attack another one of your units, it will draw the fire off of that. So you can preserve something like this Water Elemental, which had like 20 hit points back then, and would still be good for quite a bit of damage after that. So very nice move on his part. He's off to a pretty solid start with his Archmage. Just going around, it looks like he is on his way to Tier 2 at the moment, about quarter of the way there, as is Dovekie on his way to Tier 2. Dovekie did pick up an Alchemist, which I actually like that call quite a bit. This map has a ton of creeps on them, and you can get very high hero levels. And Alchemist, highly underrated, actually.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is... Go ahead.
Sorry, he plays Alchemist Panda, and then I don't know if it's Priestess of the Moon. What?
Priestess of the Moon. Yep.
Yeah, or KOTG, I don't know, but the first two are always at the moment. You always play that, and once I was observing one game because he's also streaming on his Twitch channel, Dovekie, on Twitch, and he's pretty. When he got this level of 5 and 4 on both heroes, he's pretty tough to beat in battle.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that can be said is you do sacrifice the ability to get silence because Dark Ranger is the common choice for most players as their first hero. And if he picks up a Priestess of the Moon third, he will sacrifice having Entangle, which is almost vital, I would say, for Night Elf players. But the Alchemist Panda combination really is lethal in those huge mass air battles that you see so often. It may be a little bit tougher for that combination to be successful in this because he is facing an Orc and 2 humans. The Alchemist Panda combo really shines in Night Elf Mirror or Undead because of Gargoyles and Hippos. But still a solid choice, and I mean, when you get to level 6, Transmute obviously has infinite ability to be helpful, and late game really can help keep you in the game.
Yeah, ability to get teamed as well because you annoy everyone.
That is true, and it's certainly a downfall. Dovekie is the first to go ahead and get his Goblin Shredder, it looks like. Does lose an Archer in the process to the creeps because they are ridiculously strong.
Yeah, they are strong.
That's not a creep spot to be taken lightly, especially as a Night Elf with Archers, because Deathfinger will pretty much instantaneously.
Oh, he's going to lose. He's going to lose the Shredder now. Oh, he's going to... No, okay.
Fortunately, they do just pull off in time.
Yeah, he didn't lose it. No, it's funny because before I put this on the cup, I was telling everyone, you have to train it, you have to creep it at least once before you play because you are going to get upset. Because when you go to this orange camp, look so mean, these 3 guys, you think that you're gonna get them easy with 3 fins, and you actually lose everything trying to creep that. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had my Archer or my Dark Ranger get surrounded the first time I played this map by the creeps, which was just like, wow, that's not even fair. Interesting strategy here. Both Steppin and zTsoso have gone for pretty much just straight techs without any tier 1 units, and you would think with how tough these creeps are that would really put them at a disadvantage, but they don't appear to be that much further behind hero-wise than our other players are.
Yeah, I didn't check what zTsoso was doing. Oh yeah, he's taking to Dragonhawk maybe and Griffons. I don't know his strategy in human. I never saw him play human. But for orcs, they all do that now. All the time, they just keep barracks and they go straight to Wind Riders. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they go with the Blade Master first. We don't see quite as many players going Dark Ranger first for Orc anymore. In that case, obviously, you want to add some Headhunters in. So Scrapper is going to be the first one to grab an expansion if he's successful here, it looks like. He should be. However, he is cutting it a little bit close to that Panda, but a great item on it, the Gem of Health. I mean, that's really fantastic on the Panda, and at level 2, it's already got 1,025 hit points. I mean, that's really impressive, and he is going to go ahead and get this Town Hall going up. Has 4 peasants there to help put it up, and he should be able to get himself a gold advantage because of that.
I'm confused by Scrapper. Is he from Bulgaria or is he from USA?
He's from Bulgaria.
Ah, okay. So, because they all have the same name and changing all the time, so sometimes I don't know who is who. So.
Yeah. Well, looks like I can't do any of that right now. But he is from Bulgaria, actually, and he is not Magadansky. We did check on that part. Made sure that wasn't Maga off-raising. So let's see.
I think.
Good.
Yeah, I think he gave me $5 for the bot a few days ago. I think it's him, but I'm confused with all their names. Scrapper, I think he gave me 5. Oh, it was maybe Seeker. I'm confused. Sorry. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
anyway.
So we have both of our players that decided to just go heroes first. Both zTsoso and Steppen have managed to get themselves to tier 3 already. And zTsoso has gone for Griffins, which probably a pretty good bet on this map to help creep. Has pulled out his peasants here to help him get the expansion up, and relatively easy to take down this. So we will have zTsoso as our second player to get an expansion up. And interesting that both of them are humans for our first 2 expansions. I expect... Oh, nice Tome of Experience there
nice
on the Brewmaster. I expect that Dovekie should be able to take down that mine there if he wanted. It's just a question of if he's going to go ahead and do that now, which it does not appear that he will, but he is bringing that Tree of Life over there to help creep it. So zTsoso has picked up the Paladin second, and he's going to be in very good shape grabbing the grabbing the tome on his Paladin, and he will have level 3/2/2, very even overall, and presuming he doesn't lose Griffins in any idiotic manner, then he should have a high level of heroes here by the end of it, probably 5/4/4 when everything is said and done for his creeping. Dovekie will be our 4th player, actually, to grab an expansion because Steppen managed to put one up while I wasn't looking. So all players will have an expansion up momentarily. A little bit of a gold advantage going to Scrapper, but not a ton at this point. And we're almost done with the outside of the map, at least for the easy creeps, and guessing they'll have to move on to the inside of the map, which is even tougher. But as I mentioned earlier, it does look like Dovekie is going for some Hippogriff Riders here. Always an interesting combination, and I'm eager to see if he's going to try and push somebody out at 50, because that's when they're really effective, or if he's just going to creep with them.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's expanding so late. He's gonna be late with gold, and when you're an idle, if you want to have gold fast and before everyone, you have this ability to do it, and he's not using that. I fear he's gonna be in trouble when tanks are coming from. Pro is putting off some workshop already, and he has a running expansion with towers, so he's kind of late now.
Yep. And Steppen just grabs his Goblin Shredder, which, again, that's a pretty late Goblin Shredder. I mean, you definitely want that as, well, pretty much any race, but Orc especially. However, I'm surprised that it took him that long to go get it, maybe because the creeps are just so tough. But pretty decent shape for him. He's 4/3/2, going over to zTsoso. zTsoso up to 4/3/3. Dovekie is at 4/3 at the moment without a 3rd hero. And Scrapper at 4/3 as well. I don't see his... there's his 3rd hero. Just got a Paladin out. So...
Yeah, zTsoso is 4/3/3. It's doing a very good creeping with 2 Griffins. It's very effective on this map, apparently. He's able to take off everything with 2 Griffins and 3 heroes. So, he has done a very good start with creeping and expanding.
Yep, and Water Elemental showing just how helpful they are creeping here. I mean, basically having an extra 30 to 40 attack unit at all times, possibly 2 or 3. I mean, you certainly need that damage here. Not even so much the ability to tank with them, but just the ability to have an extra damage output. And Scrapper managed to grab the Death Finger on his Water Elemental there when it would have killed either of the Footmen or the Sorceress there. So nice job on his part. Still don't see that Paladin nearby, though. Oh, never mind. It's hanging out back there, just chilling. It does have a Scroll of Regeneration on it. Going to go ahead and use that so it'd be in good shape. Dovekie scouting out with his Hippo Riders now, trying to figure out where he should go next, and does look like zTsoso is going to be the first one to take out one of the corner inside mines, doing it relatively easily. Has picked up a 3rd Griffin Rider to help him out, but still has 0 armor upgrade on it. Chose instead to go for the attack upgrade, and somewhat of an interesting choice in my opinion, just because I feel like you might want a little bit extra durability when creeping on this map. And the Paladin has Claws +9, which is also somewhat interesting.
Yeah, zTsoso has a wood problem at the moment. I don't know when he got his shredder exactly, but...
Yeah, I noticed Scrapper actually lost a shredder earlier on, got surrounded between 2 creeps, and Dovekie going to go ahead and push onto zTsoso. He's really... this is somewhat of a dangerous move, I think. I mean, Paladin is pretty hard to kill, and he does not have a staff at the moment, so we may see this Pandarian Brewmaster go down. Can we get another bolt off from the Mountain King? Nope, not quite enough mana before he TP's out, just 1 shy, so Panda will live to fight another day, and a risky gambit pays off for Dovekie there, as Scrapper is forced to TP out. zTsoso is forced to TP out. However, he may have managed to draw the wrath of zTsoso if zTsoso decides to hit somebody first. Always a problem with creepjacking somebody is that you may just piss them off, make them hit you.
Yeah, I think that the Scrapper is planning to go on a Dovekie. Yeah. This is my feeling. I think he's going to go on Dovekie first, and Dovekie has just fought with zTsoso, and zTsoso will go on Dovekie as well, I guess. It's good for Steppin.
Yep, I think you're right about Scrapper, just because his expansion is between himself and Dovekie. It makes more sense for him to take out Dovekie than it would to hit the Orc at the moment. He doesn't have a whole lot to gain by that, and he can secure his expansion in a safe spot. It'll be interesting to see who is the person to get up the second expansion first. As little sense as that may seem in my head, but whoever manages to grab that second expansion will gain another gold advantage here. Just going around the map, we've got pretty even gold counts at the moment. Steppin was over 50 for a moment, gets back down, but somewhere between 1,500 and 3,000 for everybody except Dovekie, who does appear to be going for a full Hippogriff Rider army, probably up all the way to 80. I'll be interested to see if he picks up a third here. At the moment, he doesn't have one. Seems like that might be helpful when you have a Hippogriff Rider army. I mean, you throw in the Priestess of the Moon there, that'd be pretty important. But I'll be interested to see who he hits. Looks like he may be gearing up to go towards zTsoso at the moment.
Yeah, we can assume so, because now that he creepjacked him, maybe he's worried that he's going to retaliate, so...
Yeah, definitely. If you go ahead and finish somebody off, and nobody taking this Lion Horn of Stormwind, that's kind of surprising. Seems like an item that you might want to pick up. But Steppin really stepping up his creeping here, pardon the bad pun, but he's up to 443, and Orc Heroes, you get him up that high, obviously very dangerous. He's got an Inferno Stone on the Blade Master. Pretty good items overall. He only has one Boots of Speed, which is somewhat surprising. I expect all of his heroes to get them at some point, and he's also carrying around stuff like a Mantle of Intelligence while ignoring other items, so somewhat questionable on that front at least, but very solid creeping overall so far, and we should see the Pandarian Brewmaster up here get level 3 before too long. Another Pendive Energy here at Inferno Stone, and Dovekie really just has an overwhelming amount of great items. So that's certainly a problem that everybody would like to deal with, I think.
Steppin is being greedy. He's 50 and he's getting 2 expansions.
Two of the middle expansions, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much. He should take 1 maybe, but 2 I don't... Unless they ignore him completely, he's going to have to make units now.
Yeah, I think he's got to go up to 80, and I'm guessing he's going to try and hit zTsoso as well. Obviously, we don't know if Dovekie is aiming to hit zTsoso. We just assume he's going to hit somebody because he is going up to 80, or it looks like he's going up to 80. And if Steppin's going to be that bold to put an expansion right where you would expect zTsoso's second expansion to go, then I'm guessing a Tome of Power, very nice item drop there. I'm guessing Steppin is planning on hitting somebody. He does manage to lose a Wyvern there to Charm, though, so I suppose that's helps him out with the food problem a little bit, at least. And Torn Chieftain getting a little bit low. He's pretty much just creeping with his 3 heroes at the moment. Tome of Experience as well, and he's going to put that on the Blade Master. Interesting choice for who you're going to get it on, and who's going to manage to get the level 10 Queen of Suffering. That's going to be a pretty big kill there. It looks like it goes to Scrapper, perhaps? I could not tell. Let's see, what item dropped there?
Medallion of Courage. Not that good.
No, but certainly not something to turn your nose up at either. On the other hand, it's not an Inferno Stone. And this Lion Horn of Stormwind still just sitting there. Not sure why nobody's picked it up. Maybe Torn Chieftain can use the healing salve on itself and then pick it up, but...
No, with Torn Chieftain he needs this Mantle of Intelligence plus 3, so he cannot get rid of it.
Is this just a trap? Like, I'm really confused as to why he has a Sentry Ward next to it, and he's not picking it up. He is breaking up to 80, though.
I think it's a trap.
It's not a very good trap when you only have 3 heroes. I can tell you that much.
Okay, so Dovekie on on yellow
Yep.
on Toso now, as we said.
And unfortunately, unfortunately for Dovekie at least, zTsoso does look to be relatively prepared. He's got a lot of his production buildings in the back of his base, which very good idea, just in general, to make sure that you don't get those killed off early. And human obviously rather hard to bring down as elf, and even harder when you're using hippo riders. Those buildings are gonna just seem to take forever. Interesting that zTsoso continues to build griffins and not dragonhawk riders. I think that's actually a relatively decent call on his part. I don't think he could get enough dragonhawk riders to make a huge difference, but the tanks will be the main form of attack against the hippo riders, and as you can see already, they're doing a fairly decent job of it.
Yeah, that's a weird choice from Dovekie to go hippo riders against a human, but
Yeah, unfortunately, both of the people he could hit are humans, and I guess he just really likes his hippo rider strategy. But I suspect this will be a one-time army, and he'll switch over to something else after that. On the other hand, maybe he'll just stick with it, but it's certainly not the army you would expect to see from a Night Elf trying to compete against a tanked human. And we could see this Alchemist go, nope, gets off just in time, which is very fortuitous for Dovekie, since the tanks would have just wreaked havoc on all those archers, hippo riders, if they had not TP'd out of there.
yeah, well, he doesn't have anything to chimera nest. How do you call that? To make
Roost.
chimeras?
Chimera Roost.
Roost. Yeah, he doesn't have any of them. So
No, and he doesn't
I
have
don't-
any ancient allures either, which is what I thought he would probably switch over to,
No,
would be
it-
some type of ground
Yeah,
army.
he has one on the back. He has one on the back.
Ah, there it is.
But it's too late. I mean, now Toso has like 6 tanks and nearly 9.
Yeah, zTsoso
Yeah.
is going to go ahead and take out the expansion probably and then move on to his base, so this could be bad news for Dovekie. And actually, if zTsoso wanted to, he could pretty much move along the back of the trees here if he took out some more. It's an interesting little hideaway that you can kind of move along the back there. And Steppen is about to create an interesting dilemma for zTsoso when he goes ahead and hits him. Scrapper being left relatively wide open here to hoard at 50. He is obviously going to take advantage of that, and this could put him in very good position for the game. Although Steppen is going to have heroes that are certainly nothing to be laughed at. And it looks like
Yeah.
no TP yet.
Step in to go after Scrapper and to feel bad about. Hey, it worked. You see?
Yeah, it did.
He said, "Oh, I'm fighting Dovekie 2v1, but you are completely crushing Dovekie, so maybe it's good that Orc is stopping you a little." He's acting like he's in trouble, but he's not in trouble at all.
Yeah, and it's an interesting decision there by Steppen to actually back off. It's certainly what would be the polite move, I suppose. However, it also sets you up to be easily manipulated later on in the game. And actually, just noticed this, but Siege Engines have level 0 armor, and Panda is level 5, so that could be a pretty big changing point just by itself right there. I mean, we can see that it's pretty much just 2 breaths of fire to take down a Siege Engine, and tanks are going to do quite a bit of damage to the Hippo Riders, but if Dovekie just keeps kiting and throwing in breaths of fire, I mean, he has 700 mana on that Pandarian Brewmaster.
Nice stuff. That's probably why he's staying with 2 heroes. He wants to have Transmute plus Breath of Fire 5. He wants to have a big Panda and a big Alchemist against 2 humans.
Yep, that's probably fair. Although at some point I think he's going to need to pick up a 3rd hero. Just a question of when he's going to go ahead and get it. I think now would
Probably
actually be
when
a pretty good chance because he's got 75 food.
Probably when Alchemist will be 6, he's going to take the 30 heroes.
Yeah, at least hopefully that's true.
So Steppin is left with his 2 expansions in the middle.
Yep,
He's
he
100
is up
food now.
to 100 food, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and move on to Scrapper. Scrapper at
With
50
50.
food. Yeah, so this could be pretty much game over if Steppen pulls it off right. But Dovekie is in the middle of a pretty intense fight. There does get that AMS scroll potion off, so nice move to protect the Alchemist there. And he really needs to just kill a few more units here to get that Alchemist up to 6. It's only 75 experience away. Seems so close, but not quite there. Panda continuing to do massive amounts of damage. Unfortunately, Hippogriff Riders really just taking a lot of damage from the tanks when they get in range. Go back down here, and it looks like Steppen in very good position to take advantage of Scrapper being caught unaware. Scrapper only up to 60, even with pumping as much as he can right now, but he just has so few production buildings. He is going for a lot of tanks. Unfortunately, Orcs are able to deal with those relatively well. My guess is that Steppen will be able to overwhelm Scrapper now, just hitting him at a perfect time. Tower's really the biggest threat to Steppen at the moment. I'm surprised that he's not used a Blade Storm yet. I'm guessing it's just because he doesn't have the mana for it. Nice job putting up these healing wards in the back while he fights. Just up here briefly, it does look like zTsoso and Dovekie continue to fight. Hits level 6 on both the Alchemist and the Panda. No hero coming out yet for him, may do that after the fight. zTsoso putting on quite a bit of pressure there, but looks like Dovekie will be able to hold him off, and Steppen being forced to just kind of play a little catch-up from the back of his base at the moment. zTsoso pushing in here, and we see the Hippogriff Riders getting very low from the tanks, but one more good breath of fire from the Panda will take the tanks down.
Blade Master died. A nice move from Scrapper.
Yep, Scrapper lives. Certainly did not expect him to, in my opinion, but he will manage to pull it out here, and he's got a very large gold advantage. So assuming that he manages to go ahead and build back up, he'll be in fine shape. Panda goes ahead and uses its ultimate. Nice move there to get it out of trouble. Alchemist looking kind of low here, but will force the Paladin and the Mountain King to back off. So we've got 66 food in Dovekie's base for zTsoso, and Dovekie is at 67 himself. However, there are a bunch of siege engines still firing on the Hippogriff Riders, but there will be a TP out by zTsoso, so Dovekie going to live there, and will be in pretty decent shape, actually.
Yeah, two nice fights from in both sides. I like the defense of Scrapper. He was tricking Steppen to come in inside the towers, and when Steppen was there, he was firing with Panda and Blizzard at the same time. So on the choke points, he took out all the torrents with like 50 food, and he killed Blade Master level 6 as well. So pretty good job. I was focused on that battle. I didn't look Dovekie. I knew you were looking at Dovekie, so I was looking at the Steppen.
Yeah, I switched him back and forth a little bit. But surprisingly, we've got all 4 players still in the game at this point. 1 second, go ahead and... Interesting. Okay, cool. I'm not dropping. I was a little worried that my stream was deteriorating in quality, but looks like it's alright at the moment. And we've got Scrapper going to go ahead and push back against Steppen, it looks like, but Steppen is going to be moving kind of just parallel to him, but the opposite way, if that makes sense. Scrapper at 80, food capped at 90 right now, so if Steppen takes out some of his farms, and he'll be in a lot of trouble, and Scrapper is going to be caught off guard by the Infernal here, so Steppen in good position, leading in with this Tauren Chieftain. However, the choke point there not doing him any favors with Blizzard.
He's not in good position, no.
So he had the opportunity to take the good position, but he's managed to get himself into this choke point, didn't kite him at all. Looks like we've got zTsoso is attacking Dovekie up top, or attacking Dovekie's expansion at least, but we'll go up to that after this fight is done. These Wind Riders just barely staying alive. Archmage did go down. We can see the power of the Orc heroes here, however. Steppen is losing quite a bit of food. It does look like he is going to take the advantage against Scrapper, though, and let's see, will he manage to get the Panda kill? He doesn't get the fact he did get the Panda kill. Paladin does not have a Scroll of Teleportation. We are going to have Steppen able to just completely dominate the rest of the army as he chases it out of here, and this could be a lot of issues for Scrapper. Interestingly enough, we have zTsoso moving away from Dovekie, not what I expected, and we may see the Griffins and Paladin run into the back of zTsoso's army. zTsoso calling for a peace with Dovekie, which I'm guessing Dovekie will be okay taking. And just these sorcerers going down one after the other. We are not too far from seeing a level 6 Tauren Chieftain and a level 6 Shadow Hunter. So Steppen's 100 food army paying off here. He is gaining a big advantage hero-wise as the fights go on, and will be in pretty decent position to push onto Scrapper if he wants to. He also has the option to just stay at 80 and get a little more gold. He has 3 expansions up and running. Has completely drained his main mine as well. So mining off 3 mines while at 80 could do him a world of good economy-wise. However, he could also eliminate one of his opponents. And at this point, I think it's a question of just managing not to get himself double or triple teamed, since he's clearly in a lead position.
I don't know why when Scrapper was running, he didn't just go to the tavern there and just revive Archmage and tip it back instead of losing everything running around.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just something he didn't think of, but you're right, that would have been a very nice move. So Steppen going to stay at 80, and it looks like he will push onto Scrapper at that. Scrapper at 62, probably have 65 or 70, somewhere in that by the time Steppen gets into his base. Really the only thing that he's got going for him, in my opinion, are these towers, and the Blade Master just needs a little bit more mana so he can go ahead and Blade Storm. But Archmage is going to get out. Let's see where it spawns and if it will be in good position. Nice coming out of the altar back there. Didn't get himself trapped by the Blade Master, fortunately. And looks like Steppen's going to be fighting under the towers a little bit. Not sure how I feel about that decision. Ideally, he'd move him back a little bit. And Siege Engine's just going down very quickly here. And Steppen's army not even composed of very many Wind Riders anymore. It's mostly just, mostly just about his heroes doing all the damage and then the casters in the background. And does look like Dovekie and zTsoso going to continue to fight as well. Dovekie leading with his Alchemist, which is a little bit low, but boy, that Panda is just incredible with 1,000 hit points and 700 mana. We're really going to see those Flying Machines just taken down very quickly. Flying Machine's a nice counter to the Hippogriff Riders, but when you're facing the Panda, just nothing you can do about it. Adds in the Bears there for the melee attack, and Dovekie, very nice shape, but still only 2 heroes, which I'd really like to see a 3rd hero very soon, since in the fights he's gaining lots of experience, but at some point 3 heroes will just overwhelm having 2 heroes.
Well, Target, he was playing with Mountain King Paladin, only 2 heroes, and getting them to 10-10, so maybe he's a Night Elf, the new Target Night Elf, doing that with
Possibly, but I just don't see that holding up at a high level of play. Nice Blizzard there, and Steppen just continues to walk right into it. You see all those casters just dying to the one Blizzard that's going on and on and on, and I really can't talk about micro because my micro is terrible, and Torn Chieftain almost goes down there, so Steppen loses almost 30 food in that fight. That was really painful. But obviously my micro is not one of the best out there, but really painful to see players just walk units into it like that. I mean, so much easier to criticize from the observer point of view. However, really went way in favor of Scrapper in that one, and we're going to see that gold advantage come out for Scrapper soon.
Blizzard is just rain, rain is water, so I guess it's not... Yeah, I'm still curious because they don't mind Pink having two expansion in the middle. I don't know why Yellow is trying to steal Dovekie's expansion and letting Pink having 2.
Yeah, that is a little bit odd. I'm wondering if at this point zTsoso feels that Dovekie is going to come finish him if he decides to back off. I mean, you did see zTsoso offer to piece him a little bit earlier, and Dovekie didn't bite on it. Probably rightly so, because Dovekie is coming with a much stronger position now, and I think he's clearly taking the advantage here, but Dovekie will be at a gold disadvantage for a while if they continue fighting like this. I mean, he's got that 1 expansion, and I believe zTsoso sent a tank to it to try... Nope, never mind, those are peasants trying to take it out. So still, though, both zTsoso and Dovekie running pretty low on gold compared to, especially Scrapper, but even Steppen at this point.
And I like how Dovekie is fighting, because the first time I see that 2 heroes, bears and hippo riders. First time I ever see it in a game, so that's good to see something new. And it's working, so it's even better.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that it is working. I think it's partially because of the composition of zTsoso's army at this point. It's not a very... It doesn't mesh very well, especially against that Panda. You really probably shouldn't have any flying machines in your army, unless you can really micro them incredibly well.
At a point he had like 9 tanks, but still he lost the battle against Hippo Riders, Bears.
Yeah, he still got 0 upgrade armor on the tanks, and that's what's... really just getting him brutalized by the Panda. That's the difference between 2 Breaths of Fire and 3, and he's also not using staff to the full efficiency. I mean, he's got 2 staffs, but you could easily pick up a 3rd on the Mountain King, and then you just go harass with the tanks, staff them out. I mean, what's really hard as a Night Elf player is when they also send tanks to your expansions to harass while you're fighting, and zTsoso not really taking advantage of that at the moment.
And Nas also has 200 golds. He has a very bad base. Very easy to get to kill for the Panda. All the towers. He could die soon if Dovekie pushes now.
Yep. He definitely could, and it's interesting. I would expect Dovekie to try and push his advantage at the moment, but he doesn't. Steppen continuing to go into these choke points, however, this time he does get a Blade Storm off and manages to staff both those tanks out. Impressive move by Scrapper there, so really well done on his point. But here comes the Blizzard, and we may see just a ton of loss to Blizzard again. We'll see if the Panda manages to escape. It doesn't look like it's going to, however, it is diverting a lot of Steppen's resources over there. Level 6 comes out for the Tauren Chieftain. We've got 82 food, 79 for Scrapper, 96 for Steppen, so Steppen's certainly at an advantage food-wise right now, and it looks like he is at an advantage during the fight as well. He is moving the Wind Riders out of the way of Blizzard this time, so the fight's going a lot better for him. Tauren obviously can take a bit of a beating there. Interestingly, Tauren only have a level 1 upgrade on the attack, and forced to pop off that potion of invulnerability on the Archmage, bring the fight back into his towers a little bit. We'll see if that can help change the tide of it, but Steppen in a very good position at the moment. We'll see that Panda go down momentarily to the Blade Master, it looks like, not able to get the staff off and save it. So, really nice fight there for Steppen. Hits level 6 on the Shadow Hunter. Tauren Chieftain comes back out as well, and should be able to push in and take out this expansion, presuming he wants to. And Paladin does get off the Divine Shield there, so fortunately Paladin will live. And Spirit Walkers are masters, so any Tauren that are lost at this point will be able to be brought back as well. Stun goes off on the Archmage, and are we going to see the Archmage go down? Nope, TP does get off, so sacrificing the expansion to save the rest of his army, or at least what's left of the rest of his army.
Yeah, there's a big mistake on Scrapper. I don't know why he puts the staff on the Panda. He should put the staff on the Paladin, so he can staff the Panda when Panda is in trouble instead of running around. And he should have a TP on the Panda as well. He has money, he doesn't do.
Yep, and just over here, because we're doing the other fight, but zTsoso has pretty much abandoned his base to Dovekie to go ahead and kill off.
Oh yeah.
And at this point it's going to be, what can zTsoso do? Scrapper and Steppen trying to work out some peaceful negotiations at the moment, or most likely Steppen at least trying to make sure he can scout. Rather large map, so it is hard to know what's going on at all times. And Bloodfiend the creep here, taking out a decent bit of Steppen's army as he runs back to his base.
Yeah, I don't really want to see a 2v1 against Dovekie because it will be so unfair. Steppen is in charge now. He has more expansion, and I hope Scrapper is not going to hit Dovekie now because Alpen and they like agree to peace. So
yeah, if anything, it should be Steppen that gets 2v1.
Yeah,
level 8, level 7, pretty decent heroes, no doubt, for Dovekie right now. And you may be right. It looks like you may just go for a 2-hero combination throughout the entire game.
Yeah, but it often goes this way in the 4 ways. A guy is dying, so the other 2 just assume that the one killing him is the strongest because he has killed his target first. But that's not the only way to see who is the strongest. It's not only the one who kill people first who is the strongest. And in this game, Dovekie is not the strongest at the moment.
No, and Scrapper is not sure what he's doing, actually. I thought he was going to go ahead and push towards Steppen, but it looks like he may actually be going for Dovekie.
No, he should not do anything. I think he should just sit now. It's his chance to rebuild. He should... Well, what I do in this situation, I just kill zTsoso, you know. I'm Scrapper, I just kill zTsoso now. Because he has no hope. He will just waste 7,000 gold in that mine. So when I'm in the situation of Scrapper, I just kill the last guy who just cried for help. I'll kill him myself to get some experience and get his gold, you know.
Yeah, especially with all that army there. I mean, Scrapper has seen that he is losing pretty badly to Steppen at the moment. He could certainly use that experience. And actually, Renault is one of the people that's pretty famous for that. When somebody cries for help, he'll just go in and kill off the remainder of their army.
Of course, you put him out of his misery.
And benefits both of you, because look, there's a lot of juicy experience there for you.
Yes, he has to do that. But I don't think he will because some may think it's impolite or unmannered to just kill the poor guy crying, but you have to do it. You have to be merciless, you know.
Does look like Dovekie is going to come here and kill off the army. Dovekie going to be in a very good position right now if he manages to completely kill off zTsoso. His only problem will be if they decide to 2v1 him after that.
No, but Steppin is going to hit Dovekie now because he knows it's his biggest threat, so he's going to help him. I think so.
You can see the flying machines really just get completely crushed by that Panda. Panda really should just go ahead and be in the Night Elf altar. Sorry about that. Good Beast was starting to annoy me.
Good Beast?
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's always a bad idea to have him as an observer.
I should have just squelched him early on. So let's just go around and check some gold counts here. So Dovekie at 3,200 at the moment. zTsoso at 1,000. We've got Steppin at 5,000. He is down to 80. He is now mining off 2 mines at 80. He's already drained 2, so really liking his position right now. I think he's in fantastic position and control the game. And Scrapper down to 1,000, so he had the early advantage here. And, I mean, he was up to almost 10,000 gold, I think, when other people were at about 5,000. Really surprised that...
Yeah, nobody is trying to get those mine backs, and there's no defense. There's nothing to protect them, and nobody is going to.
Yeah,
maybe
almost,
Scrapper.
Here we go. Scrapper is finally going to attack him, but really,
No?
I mean, yeah, here we go.
It's too late now. It's only 2,000 gold in this one, and the other one has 3,000 gold, so it's kind of too late to do it now.
Yeah, better late than never, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. But
but you're right. It
at
should have
least-
happened much earlier.
yeah, Scrapper tried at least. I don't know why the other 2 guys they did not point out that Pink had 2 middle expansion, so it was 1 too much. But
Nice stomp
What?
there, and we could see this Paladin. Nope. So the SH is going to be forced to back off there with Hex a little bit, and good Blade Storm. But I mean, this is literally at the moment just 3 heroes against the entire human army. Really somewhat ridiculous there. Torn Chieftain going to be able to go ahead and use Revive. I think that we may be pushing it a little bit for Steppin's luck at the moment, and Shadowhunter may go ahead and TP out here. And that stupid Stormwind horn still there, driving me nuts. How has nobody picked that up yet?
and still no TP on the Panda, and still no staff on. Oh, Paladin has a staff now. Sorry.
Yeah, Paladin does have staff, and that's how the Panda managed to get out of there. Stomp does go off, and we may see the Paladin fall down to the Orc Hero combination. It does go down, and beautiful TP there on the Blade Master. Let's
Yeah.
hope that he can keep the Shadow Hunter alive for just a moment longer there. So Steppin really just kind of kiting it very nicely with 3 heroes. Didn't even bother to use his army on that one. Managed to pull off a hero kill in exchange for a TP. So all in all, I think that Steppin should be pretty happy with how that went for him. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he is going to lose his other expansion, but that does allow him to go up to 100 food pretty much without having to feel any guilt about it over losing upkeep gold. And he'll lose a lot of these peons too, so it'll be almost 100 food of pure army at this moment.
Yeah, Paladin died because he staffed.
Because it's staff
Should have
Panda out
done
there, yeah.
Yeah, because you need to keep the last stuff for the guy who was a TP.
And Steppin says he has absolutely nothing that he can help with. So a little bit of gamesmanship going off there for Steppin.
Yeah, I already had this kind of chat, but you cannot avoid it sometimes.
No. And this would be a very good opportunity for Steppin to
Mass
go ahead
TP,
and
not
take
good.
out this altar. Yeah, Mass TP will make a large difference in this game, I'm suspecting, since it is a pretty big map. And Steppin's saying he's going to suicide him, which is somewhat retarded because he has 88 food and 4k golds, and he's in fantastic position to actually just completely take out Scrapper at the moment. I think his big problem is he's not been able to scout well. Hey, somebody picked up the Horn of Stormwind here. Dropped a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, but somebody at least grabbed the Stormwind Horn.
I like Toso to leave now, but this way we could have a good game with Dovekie and Scrapper against Steppin and have something a little more exciting.
Yep. I suspect it can't be long before zTsoso will leave, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes time is an issue. If it takes too long for Dovekie to finish off zTsoso, then Steppin will be able to kill Scrapper, and it's gonna be game over.
Yeah, and Dovekie losing a decent bit of gold at the moment too. It would be pretty ballsy, but he could kill off 6 Hippo Riders and drop down to 50. I mean, nobody's really scouting, and
I don't know. I will not do that myself, but kind of risky now.
it is risky. And it's really one of those things in hindsight I more refer to, since he's had about 15 minutes of just chasing around the map trying to kill off zTsoso, and he doesn't need his full army to that. And probably if he had done it, I'd consider it greedy, but just lost opportunity since he's not clairvoyant. On the other hand, he's about to finish off his top right expansion, so I've completely mined that.
Now you want an Entangle on this Mountain King.
Yeah, I was going to say, this would be a great time to go ahead and pick up the Keeper of the Grove as his third hero. And Archmage, playing with fire here, doesn't have a Scroll of Teleportation on it, but I guess actually doesn't have a main hall to teleport to.
Yeah,
So that
he has
might not
nowhere
be
to
that big
go.
a deal.
Dovekie needs to bring those wisps to this mine. He was producing new wisps, but it was a waste of gold.
Yep. It's a good time to go ahead and entangle that mine for Dovekie, since it did get killed off.
Yeah, maybe he didn't notice. He forgot.
So Steppin, interesting decision here to just kind of chill at 88. I'm wondering if he wants to kill off units to go down to 80, or if he wants to go up to 100. I mean, if you're between 80 and 100, there's no reason not to just be at 100, really. Unless you're trying to save to mine. You do see that Scrapper has gotten his expansion up, but he is down to 400 gold. He is in really bad way, and if Steppin has one more solid push, he could see
not
himself
essential.
eliminated.
This mine has 4k still, so if he
true.
could mine it, yeah, but he need 5 peasants in it, I assume.
And continuing to build towers at his main, which is interesting. If I was in Scrapper's position, I don't think
Okay,
building towers would
Dovekie.
be one of my main agendas. And we're going to see Steppin go ahead and hit Dovekie, which I don't know how I think that move is going to work out for him. It should encourage Steppin to get 2v1, which from the sake of having a good game is going to be a good thing. However, Dovekie not in good shape to fight him, I don't think. Although those two heroes are pretty powerful for him, and he does have pretty good micros, so we'll see how it manages. Unfortunately, zTsoso may be forced to wait a while before he can have all of his buildings killed off, since Dovekie may be forced to fight Steppin before long.
Why only 3 peasants on this mine? I'm very curious. Why is he doing that?
I really have absolutely no idea. I'm also
Because-
curious why he still has his Goblin Shredder alive, because this would be a great time to kill that off and get 4 food back. So here we go. We should see the rest of zTsoso's buildings killed off. And
Oh, so he's helping. He's finishing his own building now,
Yep.
so that's good.
if I was in Dovekie's position, I'd go ahead and kill off this Archmage and the Water Elementals before the last building is killed. That way you do get a little more experience. Might even see the Panda boosted up to level 9, and then you can finish off the buildings after that. But looks like zTsoso is aware of that and doesn't want to see himself feeding somebody, so very nice of him. And there we go. zTsoso now in the observers, and we are down to our 3-way.
Yeah, I'm happy he didn't stick around just to piss off Dovekie. Sometimes, oh, you kill me, so I'm gonna make you lose. It's kind of childish.
Yep, we see that a lot.
A fight. It was a good fight.
So he just lagged for a moment there, just as a heads up. And so we do have Scrapper on 2 mines, Steppin with 1. Dovekie does not have a single mine to his name. Does have 4,000 gold though, leading the gold count overall, although he is down 20 food to Steppin, 30 food, excuse me, and does not have a TP on his Alchemist at the moment for some reason. I'm at this point figuring we're just never going to see our third hero from Dovekie, so as much help as Entangle might be, probably not going to see it, and also the Keeper of the Grove would die in like 1 hit to the Blade Master at this point.
Yes.
So, probably can't blame him for that one. But the longer this goes on, Scrapper is managing to accumulate more gold. He's already gone from 400 to 1,500 since he is mining off these 2 mines. So, Scrapper really just trying to buy time at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Steppin should do exactly. when the mine is off, maybe he's going to defend. Or I'm not sure. Waiting for someone to.
Yeah, Steppen is mining this at 100, so doesn't really make a whole lot of difference to him. I mean, he's only going to get 120 gold out of the remaining mine here, and I guess he's just, at this point, trying to make up his mind as to what he's going to do. It does look like we are going to see a pause momentarily, guessing somebody needs to go to the bathroom or grab a drink of water, something along those lines. But this would probably be a good time for a little bit of quick analysis of what you think all of our players should be doing in order to win the game at this point. So let's start with SteppinRazor.
Well, that's what I don't know what he should do. Now that he's out of mine, he's going maybe to need to try to get one. So maybe he will turn onto Dovekie to try to get the corner one, but then Scrapper will join in probably. So I'm not sure, but maybe he has to try to get this mine. This is the last one available now.
Yeah, I mean, Steppen's big thing at the moment is he needs to take somebody out of the game. He's in great position, but it's hard to fight 2v1 even as Orc and with the best heroes. So I think I agree with that. How about Scrapper? What do you think his best chance to win is at the moment?
Well, Scrapper and Dovekie, they are going to do the same. They are going to mine, and whenever Steppin hits one of them, they are going to defend. And if he is attacking the other guy, then they may come and help after a few minutes. So they're going to stay passive, Dovekie and Scrapper, waiting for Steppin to attack. I think so.
Yeah, and I think Dovekie's best shot is he needs to obviously secure a mine. He needs more gold, and he needs to help get Scrapper on his side to take out Steppen. I think that Scrapper would lose a 1v1 to Dovekie at the moment. That Panda would do a wonderful job of breaking up Scrapper's base, and Dovekie does have the advantage at the moment too. However, I don't think that Dovekie is able to take Steppen 1v1 at the moment, and despite having great heroes, I mean, Orc just has so many disables that he can be used against it.
Yeah. And I don't think it will be that good that Dovekie wins the first fight, because if he does, then Steppin gonna say, "Oh, I'm dead, help me," and he could get 2v1 after that.
Let's see. Dropping frames, not sure why. Just going through and checking a little bit on stream. There we go.
Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, you've been going a little bit, and we do have game resumption here. So Steppen at the moment just chilling out by his base. He can probably go ahead and kill off these peons. I mean, he's got 9,000 wood at the moment. He really only needs a couple to be just hanging around at his base. But he's got 5 mining wood at his old expansion here. If he goes ahead and kills that off, then that's another Tauren, another Wind Rider, something along those lines, a couple of casters. So it's just heads-up moves like those that most players don't think about that should be done. It looks like Steppen is not going to opt to do that now. And, so Steppen apparently thinks that there are no more mines except for one, and Scrapper actually is going to leave this mine with 150. Do you think that is on purpose? I mean, what do you think his reasoning behind that is?
I'm not very sure. I think he saw the Blade Master and he thought that the Orc was attacking, so he preferred to escape before it's too late, I guess. I don't know.
Does look like he is sending one peasant back, so that may be it. And, I mean,
you're gonna get sacrificed.
I wonder if he's also trying to be able to say that, like, he didn't drain the mine.
Maybe present against 100 Orc army. No fight.
Yeah, that poor peasant's probably going to go ahead and get killed pretty quickly. But it does look like Steppen actually not even going to hit him.
No, he's going maybe for the main. I don't know.
Nah, just kind of wandering around. And this is one of the bigger problems that I've seen Steppen has over the years. Is he's great early game, but late game he just doesn't really know what to do. And that's a pretty common problem. I mean, it's really hard to know what the best move is throughout the game, and when you get into this 3-way situation, it's just, I mean, who do you hit?
Yeah.
How do you know who to hit? And it relies a lot on scouting throughout the earlier game.
Yeah, yeah, this is what I call decision making. This is very important because everyone say there is manip and micro and macro, but decision making is also very important. Knowing what you need to do, what you need to eat, at what time, and not doing nothing is not good for stepping because all these two guys are draining gold and getting stronger. So he's going to get 2v1, I guess, eventually. He should try to weaken one, and usually you want to attack the weakest of the two first, so he cannot help when the strongest comes in. And I guess the weakest is Scrapper, so probably he should have taken out this mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
This.
Or even if he just wants to ignore the mine, I mean, go to the main and take out all the production buildings. Scrapper, for a while at least, didn't have enough to rebuild those. Now he's up to 3,200 gold already, and we've got Steppen hitting the town hall that matters absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to be the one who started the fight because it's like showing his card, showing that he's the strongest, but he should have done it anyway. Because now, before Scrapper was unable to defend, now he's going to be able to at least hurt him. And it's good for Dovekie. See, Dovekie is attacking Steppen now.
Indeed he is, and looking through the items here, pretty nice item stack up on both the Alchemist and the Panda at the moment. I was wondering if you should drop something for that Ring of Regeneration, but I don't see the need to do that. It does look like we are going to have Steppen go ahead and try to engage Dovekie, and the bears here could be prime position to be picked off.
That was funny to see Dovekie terminating with a Breath of Fire the main before the Orc and TP. He was afraid. He don't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight yet.
Who does want to fight 100 food Orc though? Let's be honest.
Yeah. But he doesn't know he's 100 food. I don't think he knows he's 100.
Boom! Huge stomp there. That was a wonderful stomp on Steppen's part, and that Panda going down very quickly. Do you see the bats going off on the Hippo Riders, but actually doesn't kill off very much. Staff on the Panda gets it out of trouble there. Should see a couple of Druids of the Claw going down, and a few of our Hippogriff Riders probably. Dovekie going to go ahead and TP out. Lost about 14 food in that fight, and did Steppen somehow lose 27 food there?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't think it was. You see, he decided to hit the strongest of the two. Now the weakest is helping, and he's going to be in big trouble because now Dovekie lost all his useless Hippo Riders, and he's going to go for Chimeras. So he's going to have a good army now to fight Steppen. So now Steppen is not such in a good shape. He should have gone on Scrapper before, I think, because Dovekie wanted just to peace out and get gold. So I don't think he would have involved much, like 10 minutes ago.
And Scrapper coming to try and help out Dovekie here, but Dovekie really needs to TP in here. I mean, Scrapper not able to take even a reduced Steppen army, but we are going to see Dovekie TP in here, and we are going to see a 2v1 with Steppen sandwiched in the middle, and Steppen may get himself trapped in this tiny little choke point up here. Nice TP out there by Steppen, I think. Very smart move. However, he is leading too far with these other units. No, the Blade Master does not have a TP on it, so we have a number of Wind Riders here that have no TP on the Blade Master. He is going to have to run and make sure they get out of harm's way. Does look like he will avoid taking most of the damage here, but really kind of a risky move here. And Steppen running around the other way, I think he had his control groups a little bit mixed up there, since a lot of the units are still kind of wandering around here.
Yeah, I think pressure is a little too much for him at the moment. I think he's like he's very strong early on, but then he's losing his game a little bit. He's a little uncomfortable, I think, in those situations.
Yeah, 2v1, even if you have the army and the micro to take it, it's just the dynamics of it can make even the best of players uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been 2v1 knows it's no fun.
Yeah, I'm never 2v1 because they know I'm not dangerous.
You know, I try to tell people that and they still do it to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe on the bot. On the bot you're a beast.
Doubtful. Although I am off to, I think, a 10-4 record so far, so pretty proud of that.
Alright. Better than me.
And actually, I just noticed this, but we still have one red camp left on the map, apparently. The bottom left corner there, the mercenary camp, still hasn't been cracked, it doesn't look like. And Steppen saying that don't let Dovekie mine, trying to get Scrapper to kill him off, but probably not going to happen. However, we do have the point now. Scrapper has mined all of his mines. Steppen is out of mines for himself, and Dovekie is the last person mining. You'd think that would be a advantage on the surface just because it means that you're going to have more gold than everybody else. However, that is something that will pretty frequently get you hit. Just because when one person runs out of gold, then everybody else wants to make sure nobody else can mine. The part that is kind of overlooked.
Everybody is jealous.
Yeah, the part that's overlooked, though, is if you don't have anything more to mine, it means you've already mined everything. So both Steppen and Scrapper have mined a significant amount more than Dovekie has to this point, but Dovekie may get hit because of the fact that he still has his mine left.
Well, I'm surprised he has 900 gold as a Steppen. I don't know how he managed to blow all his gold.
It's rebuilding that 100 food army. I mean, all those bats get costly.
Yeah, but probably not a good idea to make bats. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's a poor guy now. He has less gold than everyone.
Yep, and Dovekie offering to uproot and stop mining, and really kind of getting shafted on that because he has not managed to get himself as much gold as everybody else. So,
but he has a lot of experience. He knows that all things are turning now. That Scrapper said, "I'm too weak to hit the elf," so he knows that now Scrapper is about to go 2v1 on him, and he doesn't want that. So it's better for him not to mine and wait for later than to get Scrapper on his back attacking him, because Scrapper is making his mine. He was about to go on Dovekie with the orc. Dovekie is a really smart player. Each time I see him playing, he's always making good decisions on what to do.
Yep, I like the fact that he just kind of created a little tunnel here with the trees so that he's able to get to and from the mine easily. I'm guessing he's just going to move the Tree of Life into probably maybe up by the market or some merchant somewhere where he can hide it. Although I may bring it all the way back to his base if it's upgraded. And while he is going to lose out on that, you're right, it's much better than getting himself hit over it. Certainly not worth that. And looks like he'll go ahead and move up to 100 food. Smart decision on his part, I think. I really think he'd be better off if he just dismounted his Hippogriff Riders. But maybe he'll do that once he gets into battle.
Well, from the start, I was thinking it was a bad idea to make them, and he's winning all his fight mostly, so I guess he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I've faced him several times with Hippogriff Riders, and every time I think, oh, well, this should be a relatively easy cakewalk to get rid of them. Hippogriff Riders suck, but he does make them work, and I think he'd probably have a lot tougher time if it was against, not to insult either Scrapper or Steppen, but more skilled opponents. If he was facing Calypso or Persuade or even Renault, players that would make him pay for it more.
You mean Latvian Princess?
Yes, Latvian Princess, or however you pronounce it. But no, he's certainly against 99% of the players. Dovekie makes his Hippogriff Riders very effective, and it's a testament to how skilled he is. I think that he can do that. And I really just wish he'd make a goddamn third hero. I know he doesn't seem to bother him, but it's driving me nuts.
He has only 700 gold now.
Yeah, we're getting down to that point for everybody. And Scrapper probably will be down to 1,500 gold or so when he goes up to 100 food, presuming that he does. And obviously Steppen very low already. So just going back to kind of smart moves that might get overlooked, but we can see Scrapper has 5 peasants there mining wood. He's got a Goblin Shredder, and looks like that's it for mining wood at the moment. So he could easily kill off 4 of the peasants and the Goblin Shredder, get himself down to 80 food, and then rebuild to 100 food true army as opposed to a 100 food army that's lacking because of the fact that there are so many peasants in everybody.
Beware of the chicken. The chicken is moving.
Yep, it is indeed. And we could see Steppen go ahead and kill it. Let's see.
Chicken. Surround on the chicken. Okay, chicken is dead.
I was going to say, good move on Scrapper's part. I like the idea, but Steppen just there at the right time.
Yeah, I don't think much will happen in the next 20 minutes. It's like a stalemate at the moment.
Yeah, this is always kind of the slow point of free-for-all games, unfortunately. The three-way is never all that much fun, especially when you have players who all don't want to lose but are somewhat indecisive.
And sheep survived. Sheep.
I'm curious if Steppen saw it and let it go purposefully to let Scrapper mass TP into Dovekie's
Yes,
base, since that would really help him.
Yes, I think it did.
So heads up play on his part there.
It's not my base, so.
Dovekie going to go ahead and hit Steppen, it looks like, though. So somebody doing something. Very appreciative of that. Thank you, Dovekie, if you happen to listen to this.
So now Steppin is going to cry and ask for help and saying it's unfair.
Maybe. Although, may just see a TP back here, and all the army is in the back of his base. However, this is certainly a hard base to defend because the trees get taken down and it's so wide open. So, interesting positioning here for Steppen, and he really... Those bats, probably not a good decision, as you alluded to earlier. He's only got 4 at the moment, and 4 bats don't really make a whole lot of difference. I mean, ideally he would use it to take out maybe 4 Hippogriff Riders. I'm not even sure that would manage to work out for him, but that's probably the best use of them. Still not a great use. And we may see this work out well to Scrapper's advantage. I mean, Dovekie and Steppen both fighting at under 1,000 gold. So if they manage to do a bunch of damage to each other, then Scrapper may be able to do something like a base race or just take advantage of very weak heroes overall.
It's possible when the fight is nearly over between them two that Scrapper is going to jump on the ship. Where is the ship? Somewhere there is a ship.
Somewhere in the base.
Yeah, ship is there, so
okay.
Beyond Dovekie is waiting for the fight to go.
And Dovekie down to 1 elemental left, but it does go back to Panda.
He's scanning the orc base, so he sees that they are not hurt yet, so he's not.
And Dovekie doing quite a bit of damage with his alchemist at the moment. Transmute just so powerful.
Why do you want to suicide? Because he killed 2 units.
I think that's just talk.
Well, he kind of suicide anyway.
Yeah, this will be certainly a very interesting fight between our 2 players here. That Blade Master got very low very quickly. Didn't expect to see that happen so fast. And Alchemist just really a beast of a hero at level 9. A lot of Dovekie's units looking kind of low, but still at 90 food pretty much. Steppen down to 65, and Blade Master does go down. That's going to be a huge problem for Steppen. You really don't want to fight without your Blade Master, because that's a lot of your DPS, and now the Chimera is just showing how... Chimera is showing how powerful they can be when utilized right within the Night Elf army. Now, Steppen barely has enough. He will be able to revive the Blade Master if he wants to, but Dovekie taking a step back just can go ahead and use Rejuve, get himself healed back up here, and Steppen doesn't have any DPS except for the Wind Riders, and a Panda is going to solve those pretty quickly.
Nice transmute on the... What do you call that? Whatever his name. The big orc beast.
I don't
know in English.
Tauren or Kodo Beast, or... Not sure which it was.
Yeah, he's transmuted the Kodo. He needs to take out the altar.
And Proxy Great Hall will be going down momentarily. And interestingly, Scrapper not doing anything in the moment.
I think he wants to be sure that Orc is dead before he attacks.
Probably so. Probably a good move, but if he waits too long, I mean, Dovekie not losing a whole lot of food here. So Scrapper may be put into a position where he actually still can't take out Dovekie after this. Oof, and that bear just barely staying alive there. Tower's doing a little bit more damage to everybody. And is that Shadow Hunter going to remain alive? That is the question of today. Does have a TP on it, so we'll be able to get out of the way if it needs to. But Panda looking pretty bad too.
Very bad fight from Dovekie was...
Oof, and the Alchemist is going to go down actually, so the Alchemist dies to basically the towers and then a nice Stomp Hex combination. So Dovekie manages to... Oh, says he's out, so... Curious if he's actually going to leave or if he is just saying
No. He just doesn't want to be mass TP down. But the ship is ready. Now the ship got closer, and the
And
ship
Mass
is on.
TP coming in, yep. So here we go. We are going to see Scrapper go ahead and do it, and this will be very interesting. Assuming that Scrapper takes out Dovekie or Dovekie leaves, some combination of that, then I'm curious if Steppen will manage to beat Scrapper, or if Scrapper's going to beat Steppen. I mean, hero-wise, obviously goes towards Steppen, but Gold and Army going towards Scrapper at the moment. So this will be a very interesting fight at the end. Dovekie not giving up, though, is trying to put on the fight here, and that Panda doing a lot of damage to all of the siege engines at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Scrapper to lose. Let's see if he can pull this off. Yeah, Dovekie has no extra base. It's his last building now, so.
The rest of his army is here, though. So Scrapper making a mistake here, not going for the building kills. I think that he'd be much better off if he just went ahead and tried to finish off all the remaining buildings, playing into Dovekie's hand by allowing Dovekie to kite him back, and we see a ton of siege engines down to about 70 hit points. Really pretty tough. Wow. Your daughter sounds a little unhappy at the moment. But yeah, so Dovekie losing his buildings much quicker than he's losing his army, and really if Scrapper continues to play smart, he'll just go ahead and take out all of the remaining buildings. Steppen would be wise to maybe move towards Scrapper's base and see if he can start pushing on him now. If he lets Scrapper rebuild his army, then he may not have a chance.
He was waiting for the Blade Master to come back.
Okay, and
So
here we
nice.
go. Looks like he's moving out.
Oh yeah, he kills the peasants. That's a good idea. So it will be good to see if Steppin saw the ship or not before when he was next to it.
And that is the downside of manipping, is, as Dovekie pointed out, you're the most vocally annoying player. There we go. So
Yeah.
that would be GG for Dovekie, and we are now left with a solo between Steppen and Scrapper. Scrapper will be able to go to a full 100 food, almost double army that Steppen has. However, heroes will be well behind. And Mass TP should be coming in momentarily. Or possibly it already did. Trying to locate the army. There it is. So he's at the expansion now. Not sure why he's at the expansion, and also not sure why he's not going up to 100 food.
Maybe he's not sure how much gold Steppin has left, and he doesn't want to blow all his gold, and maybe unable to revive a hero after. I'm not sure. Yeah, he should send all his peasants to this mine, since they are still alive, those guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a very good opportunity for Scrapper to go ahead and grab another expansion. Does look like he is going to do that as well.
But he should not wait. He should go and step in and get him before.
And here we go, Mass TP towards the old expansion, so does look like Scrapper is going to go ahead and start doing that. Very good choice,
Yeah, you see
as you said.
The shredder was useful for once.
I suppose so. That'll teach me.
That's why he was keeping it. It was for the end. So I hope Steppin can make a nice defense and do something great. And
Well, it's all about where he fights. I mean, does have a number of watchtowers here, so if Scrapper gets himself drawn in a little too much, then Blade Master can easily take advantage of that. I mean, Hex Stomp combo on pretty much any of these heroes would result in death almost instantaneously. However, Griffins, tanks, I mean, you don't want to try and fight the army here. And Steppen going to go ahead and push up more Wind Riders, so guessing he sold off some of his items. Yes, he did. So now he's really going all in on this fight. Will not be able to revive a hero, most likely, if it does die off, or will have a lot of trouble if he does. Interesting that he's got the Pendant Mana on the Shadow Hunter. Probably be better suited on the Torn Chieftain at this point. Don't really need 730 on the Shadow Hunter, but you can never have too many stomps from the Torn Chieftain.
yeah, there is many Griffins. I don't know how it's going to work.
And in come the siege engines here, and there they go again, actually.
Yeah, it's 100 against 80, so it's not that bad.
Nope. Nice Blade Storm going off here.
Oh, the Shredder will die now. My god, the Shredder is dead.
Finally. Only like a half hour after I wanted it to be dead. And hard to tell who's up in the big fight here at the moment, but it does look like Steppen doing a little bit more damage to Scrapper than vice versa.
Yeah. But Steppin should retreat to the towers now. I don't know why he's staying in the open.
Taking this fight a little too long. It was a nice engagement to start off there, but you're right. Fighting the towers is preferable, obviously, and Healing Ward does go off. So now I can just use his heroes and Tauren to pick off a few of the siege engines at a time. Another advantage now, there's no transmute, so the Tauren will be able to be revived, and you gotta like a hero that, I mean, a unit that just keeps coming back and back and back. Paladin almost level 6, but not quite, and the Archmage does go down, so Steppen able to turn this fight in his favor very easily, it looks like. And let's see, do we have no TP on any of Scrapper's remaining heroes, so this could be very problematic if Scrapper loses all of the remaining units. Steppen losing a lot of his casters and Wind Riders as we're speaking as well. He is down to 37 food, meanwhile, Scrapper at 55. And we do see a Hex go off on the Panda. Panda does have ultimate available if it needs it, but the Brewmaster's Fire Breath a lot more helpful at the moment, and Shadowhunter does have a Potion of Vulnerability. That's not in much danger, so we may have actually seen this game turn in the tide for Steppen. Scrapper has enough gold to at least revive his heroes, but if he loses pretty much everything here, then he is going to be in a lot of trouble.
I'm not sure what he's doing with his tanks.
I think he's just trying to run them away at the moment. I mean, he may get one of the Griffin Riders out there, but probably going to lose both of his, or all three of his tanks. And this is the problem with not having a TP on all your heroes, is it would have been just so much better to have the Panda TP out there.
Yeah, it failed. It's a big fail from Scrapper. All the time he lost heroes without, because there was no TP or no staff.
This is going to be a difficult base for Steppen to take out, though. I mean, that's a lot of towers in there, and a lot of arcane towers, too, to sap mana.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore now. He has 3 orc heroes with level 8. As long as he has no arm, Scrapper has no army, now the towers are not going to be an issue. Oh, 15 food only for... You just have the heroes now?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Steppin has just moment. 3 heroes. Oh yeah, just 3
So
heroes.
if he loses one of these in a bad manner, then that's going to be very problematic. Good call going directly for the Altar of Kings, though. We'll see if the Archmage managed to beat it out. It does look like Archmage is going to get himself out in time. And... So we're going to see a Griffin Rider, some tanks, a Spellbreaker, and 2 heroes at least for Scrapper.
Yeah,
and, yep,
this is Game Changer. Yeah, he's mining, so... I don't know if he's going to be able to TP on...
Yeah, and Persuade saying that he just needs a Sorcerer, and that's a good call, because if Scrapper had a Sorcerer, he could slow down a lot of these a lot of the heroes, and that would be very helpful to actually killing him off. But you do see the sacrifice of Nat having the Mountain King now, is he is not able to stun any of the... Orcs heroes at the moment.
Yeah, he should just go ahead and mass TP all the time.
And if Scrapper was smart right now, he would just say he has a lot more gold than he actually does, I think. But apparently he's going to be honest. However, he is mining at 50, so good move on his part. We'll see if Steppen's on a way to go scout the... expansion, or if he's just healing. Does look like he's on the way to go to the expansion. Or remember that there's a Ring of Regeneration there, which would be helpful.
Why is he being honest? Why is he saying, oh, you know, you can still win, stay?
Yeah, no, that's not a good move.
I don't say he has to... Yeah, he doesn't have to lie. He just maybe he does not answer at all, but saying, oh, yeah, you can still win, guy. Yeah. I'm weak, you can still stay.
And this could be very problematic at the moment for Scrapper, since, as we've seen time and time again, these heroes just die.
Yeah, because the Paladin is not back.
Nope, and Panda should go ahead and use its ultimate. There's no doubt.
Why is he going outside? Why is he going outside if Paladin is not back?
And forced to burn a true TP here.
Yeah. You have to wait for the Paladin, and You don't have to move now. Okay, the mine is out.
Yeah, you're right. That mine is going to be the difference between the game, probably. I really thought Steppen was going to manage to pull off his comeback here. He had a nice fight at his base, but it is looking somewhat inevitable at this point that it will be a win for Scrapper. However, the question is, how long is this going to take?
No, I'm not that sure he's going to win actually, because
Really?
yeah, what we said about Steppin being when he's under pressure in the end, is not playing his A game. Scrapper is doing the same because now he has 4 tanks. He's making 4 griffins, but
I'm
attack him.
very curious about making bats as his last 2 units here for Steppen. I don't know if he plans to use them against the Griffins or he wants them to help take down buildings or what, but that's a very odd choice to me.
It's for the griffins.
Just as a heads up, you're lagging a little bit.
And I think Scrapper should have made some. Yeah, I know. It's like this all the time when I'm shortcasting. That's why I cannot really play myself. Yeah.
Well, Scrapper at least is going to go ahead and try and pull it off, and does have his Paladin invisible at the moment, so nice idea there. Don't see any wards in Steppen's base since he doesn't have any Spirit Lodges, so Invisible Paladin should help keep him alive for a while, but only 1 TP, and that is on the Archmage, so very good chance that that Archmage could die again, and we will see all of Scrapper's army go down, but ideally for Scrapper at least, this will be the final fight of the game.
I'm sorry, my daughter is giving me a lot of presents, so I'm not really focused.
Not a problem at all. I found I'm able to talk to myself quite well and quite extensively, so that's not a problem.
So I have 2 cars, a hippo, and a pig, and a ship. Right, good, thank you. So the fight now.
So Scrapper is trying to go ahead and take out, and we are going to see 1 tank go down. Does save 1 at least, so could have been worse. The watchtowers are going down slowly, and man, he needs to take out some of these heroes in a bad way.
See, he's not playing his A game.
So did he even kill one of the Griffins?
No, I'm talking about Scrapper. Scrapper lost 4 tanks and killed 2 towers. So the ratio is not very good.
I think he got a 3rd tower at the end, so that makes it worth it, right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Nope, no problem. At this point, it might be beneficial for Steppen to go ahead and sell off that pendant mana. He clearly doesn't need it anymore, and honestly could probably even sell off some of the boots. He needs that gold pretty badly. Just looking over at Scrapper. Scrapper also has quite a few items he could sell off here for some more gold.
I will give the potion of invulnerability of the Blade Master on the Shadow Hunter. And there is a Fountain of Health there.
Wow, this is bold. So the Blade Master is going to scout, but we've got Scrapper pretty much in Steppen's base and not going to do anything. But wow, that's very risky on Steppen's point to allow his Blade Master to get so far away from the main fight that could be coming.
Yeah, I think Steppen is going to win.
I still think Scrapper pulls this off. I think Steppen will have a lot of issues killing Scrapper. I think that there's going to be one costly blunder.
Oh, the slow of the yeah, he should have the potion on
the Shadow Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, but I think at a point Scrapper is going to lose 1 hero and then he's going to lose all momentum.
Certainly possible, especially if he loses that Archmage. And he's not having particular luck with killing off the heroes now, but we do see Shadow Hunter down to 66 mana, going up slowly, but that could be very problematic for him. It does have a TP on it, but running very low, kites it back there, and Blade Master low, Torn Chieftain low too, so pretty much out of mana on almost everything, focusing down the Torn Chieftain, which makes absolutely no sense because it can revive. I think that we've mentioned that before, and probably he's played against Torn Chieftains every now and then. and should go ahead and kill off that Voodoo Lounge at the moment. That'd be a good thing to do. There we go.
Okay, maybe he's going to win anyway.
As I think it's almost inevitability just because of the army. However, Paladin looking very low. Should be able to get Divine Shield off before the stun is done, but may not use it. Staff's a dumb decision, but whatever. Nice stomp there to save the Blade Master, actually. Blade Master does have that Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, but saving that for a little while, I guess. And Priest is looking low. Paladin continues to heal. Won't be back for a while, at least, so this fight will continue without it. Nice Blizzard on the Burrows.
Yes.
It's really a great idea. And bold Breath of Fire there. Now we see 2 low heroes, but we don't have a Breath of Fire or enough mana for Breath of Fire or Haze on the Pandarian Brewmaster. Just gets it back. So but all 3 heroes are very low for Steppen at the moment. And here we go. We are going to see the Burrows go down very quickly for what it's worth. Although at this point, no peons to go ahead and burrow in them, and no money to rebuild the army. So not a huge deal, but at least it's killing something off. And Dovekie, interesting idea here. Go to the fountain, go ahead and heal up, and then TP back, and almost loses that Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter. So close. We are going to see the Torn Chieftain go down most likely.
See, that's why he killed him the first time. Oh no. Yeah, he needs to go to the fountain, but maybe he forgot there was one. He never went there. Yeah, actually, he needs to go to the fountain now. He has no choice.
Yeah, and then TP back. He's not going to get enough mana to heal himself back up. So, smart decision, or smart idea by Dovekie there. We do see Paladin coming on back. A little bit of a slow runner, but he's put on some weight over the years, so not a big deal. Will be level 6 momentarily. Not sure what that's worth, but I'll mention it at least. And between Breath of Fire and Blizzard, I'm guessing we'll see Steppen's base just go down slowly but surely. I almost wish that we would see Scrapper go ahead and try and kill off one of the heroes, because that's pretty much guarantees that it's a good game if he can do that. Killing off the base is a slow but effective strategy. And we do see that Shadow Hunter is gaining mana, and all 3 heroes getting some of their health back, so there's still the opportunity for Scrapper to really kind of screw this up should Steppen's heroes come in, and you don't get all 3 heroes that low very often. So personally, I would like to see Scrapper try to engage those. He's got the towers taken out of the way. I'm not sure if he just can't see them at the moment or what the problem is.
Well, he wants him to go outside and fight in the open, I guess.
I guess so. And, I mean, you can't complain about having the fortress taken down. But here we go. Is going to engage. I wonder if the respawn, or the cooldown is done for Torn Chieftain's ultimate. It's got to be pretty close, if not certainty. Lesser Invulnerability Potion is on the Archmage now. Does go ahead and get that pot off. So, nice decision on that one. And we shall see if the Torn Chieftain is able to revive momentarily, it looks like. We do have enough for one more Breath of Fire on the Panda once it comes out, or possibly save up for an ultimate. Tough decision there. Archmage gets a beautiful last shot off on the Torn Chieftain.
Yeah.
Torn Chieftain goes down. That's
game.
GG. And Steppen has managed to, unfortunately, take his position of dominance and turn it into a 11-point win. So Scrapper 3rd place on the scoreboard, but does pull off the 25-point win. Dovekie is a sub. SteppinRazor with 4th place and 5 points, and Steppen will get 11 from this. So he'll still be in pretty good position in the standings, but got to be disappointing for him, I'm sure.
What is interesting is that in the end, the decision not to kill the ship got him to lose, because he needed Dovekie after their big fight to fight Scrapper, and the fact he could mass TP in Dovekie's base was not good for Steppen in the end.
Yep, that's true. I don't know if we could call that the deciding factor in the game, but it's certainly
the ship factor.
Yeah. I can appreciate a good pun there. And something just of note, so Steppen lost 18,000 gold to upkeep, whereas Dovekie was next with only 8,000 lost, so that's a 10,000 gold difference. Really, a lot of that could have made a big difference, and he was at 100 throughout a large portion of the game. Obviously had the best heroes throughout the game. Dovekie had the most unit kills, interestingly enough. So not a ton to be learned from the scoreboard that we couldn't learn from just watching the game, but interesting nonetheless. So any final takeaways from the game you want to say?
Oh, I have a lot to say, but maybe we don't have time. No, I was very happy to watch this game. It was very interesting. I like to see Dovekie play style, two heroes. He was doing very well in fight. He got caught off guard from the mass TP, but he didn't want to stick and stay and talk too much. So this is his style. He likes to fight, and he's a good guy in game. He doesn't really manip or talk a lot. So I like that he went for the fight with Steppin. I like the way he won all his fight basically all the time with a strange army. So it was very innovative. From Scrapper, it was not a bad game, but he was very strong in the beginning, but he made some key mistakes like putting 3 peasants to mine and losing heroes all the time. So I think he was under pressure. He was stressed a little bit. You could feel that in the end. And for Steppin, a very strong early game and key mistakes as well. Pressure is maybe sometimes too much. I don't know. He lost heroes when he was attacking. When he lost his Blade Master, there was no reason really to lose it on his first attack. And in the end, he was too passive. I think he had to weaken one of them, and he had to weaken Scrapper as soon as.
Yep, I agree. I think Steppin's major problem was he just wasn't decisive enough early on, but he played very nicely overall, I think, and 9 times out of 10 he'd probably go ahead and pick up that win. Scrapper, solid game overall. Dovekie, very innovative. I love watching him play, and I also like the fact that he's not huge on manip. And zTsoso looked like he had a great early game and just kind of suffered when he was fighting Dovekie, so maybe a little bit more micro work needed from him, but overall just a very nice game. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but thank you for shoutcasting with me today, Ugralanian. And what would you like to plug? I mean, we've mentioned that you had a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Ugri Freefall. That's UGRIFFA. So everybody should make sure to go ahead and follow him there. And then obviously he runs the Play Free For All bot, and that is playfreeforall.net, playffa.net. Anything else I'm missing?
Yes, tomorrow we have a big game because it was the 1 year anniversary of the bot actually. So we wanted to make a big game, and we have a game between the 3 last champions and Calypso. So it's Sexy Calypso and Great Wall and Yen playing tomorrow on Silver Pine at 1 p.m. East. So I'm going to be shoutcasting that with maybe someone. I don't know if I can. Maybe you're available. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I've got work. I'd love to do it otherwise. That was 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. European and 9 p.m. Moscow. So everybody should make sure to tune in for that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So thank you very much for
thank you for having me.
Services, and I'm sure we'll do this again soon. Catch y'all later.
Okay.